Hello everyone, welcome to ComputerTechTV. It's been quite a while since I made a video. I figured I'd just give you guys a quick tour here of my computer setup. And this is what used to be the AMD gaming computer, but since I don't really do any gaming hardly, well, besides a little Skyrim and some StarCraft here and there, but you know, I'm basically do everything on this computer, so I decided to call it my home workstation. Whether that's correct or not, I don't know, I just thought it sounded kind of cool, so that's what we're going with. So basically, it's nothing too fancy. Got this desk here. I actually got this from my girlfriend's mom for free, so I figured why not. You know, I got rid of my wood corner desk that I've had in previous videos. Had that for several years, and I actually still have it. It's in the garage taken apart. But I wanted something that was a little smaller, and well, it is a little too small, but I'm planning once we move to the new house to get a nice big you know, L-shaped glass desk, similar to this but larger and L-shaped. And currently monitor I'm using is a Samsung 27-inch 1080p. Just some generic 2.1 speakers. Got a like a $20 you know Logitech K120 keyboard. Just some HP mouse. I seem to go through mice like they're going out of style. One of these days I'll buy a good one. I had a Microsoft, I can't remember what it was called, but I had that one for a couple years and worked great, and ever since then I just don't have very good luck with mice. But you know, it is what it is. Like I said, I don't do a whole lot of gaming, so you know, I don't need one of those like $100 mouses or mice, or yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, so basically, you know, there's my little mat there. Picked that up at a I guess flea market you'd call it, for like $10. Thought it was kind of cool. I've always been a tractor kind of guy, you know, always liked farming and everything. And then I got my chair here. I actually got this from somebody I used to live with. They just pretty much told me to take it. They had no use for it, and it's done me good for several years. I'd like to eventually get a new one. This one's seen better days, but like I said, it works. And here is the tower itself. Last time I made a video, and God, it's been like a year, maybe even longer, I was running the half 912. Well, I ended up doing some stuff to that. I took it all apart and I was going to paint it, and well, the paint didn't come out. Got frustrated, went to Micro Center and bought a Fractal Define R4, and I've been happy and never looked back since. So for anybody who's actually owned one of these, or the R5, or pretty much any of the Fractal design cases, they're amazing, and this will probably be the last case I buy for quite some time. Definitely more than I need. It's a quiet case, has a lot of options for storage, cooling, pretty much everything you need, and it's got the window. And if you notice, there is the protective film on the inside and the outside, and yes, I have left that on there on purpose for anybody who's wondering, so I don't get a comment saying, you know, you left the protective film on there. Yes, I did. And I did that because I knew that in several months I was going to be moving, so I left that on there as one extra safeguard to not scratch the panel, because I hear these panels scratch pretty easy, so I figured, you know what, I'll just save myself the headache and leave it on there. And as you can see here, I got a external USB, you know what I'm saying, DVD drive there, because I do not have one inside the case. I figure there's no use. I hardly ever use it. Basically just for installing some programs. I've had this case for probably, I don't know, 6 months or so, and it could probably use a good cleaning, but I don't run any of the dust filters in it, because my house really isn't all that dusty. But like I said, I mean, this has been like 6 months, and it's got a little bit of dust buildup, but it's really not too bad. I find these dust filters really cut down on the airflow. But yeah, I figured I'd give you guys a quick tour here of this. I know this is pretty much the main thing here. Not running any fans in the top. Haven't had to use any of them yet. So basically, this is what we got going, and I'm going to take the side panel off, and I'll show you guys a look inside. Alright, so on to the inside. Pretty much all the hardware I'm running in here is what I had in my previous video. I have not upgraded anything. However, I do have a few parts I'm going to be putting in here, and you guys will see that in the upcoming videos. I'm not going to do any major component purchases, minus maybe a graphics card, until Skylight comes out. I just want to see what the prices are going to be, performance and everything. So basically I got the 8320, currently running that at 3.5 gigahertz, which is factory clock speeds. Turbo's turned off. I got the voltage set to 1.28 volts, so it can reduce the heat a little bit, because by default this thing runs at like 1.4, so it's ridiculous. Still running the 550 Ti, however I've noticed that the fan makes a little bit of noise, and that might just be because it's dirty. So I'm going to take that out and clean it. If you notice, it is further down in the slot, but that is still a 16x slot. Still got my Seasonic X760, best power supply I've ever bought. Hopefully it'll be the last for quite some time. And I had the Gigabyte fan down here, but it was making more noise than it was actually pushing airflow, so I decided to disconnect that. And probably just going to cover this. I have some of this, it's actually similar to this right here. I picked it up at Michael's. It's just come like a foam type, dense foam. Got a couple sheets of that, and I'm probably going to take this fan out and then cover the bottom with that to make it look more clean. And then we got our storage here, and I think I got about 5 terabytes of storage. Obviously that's raw, not formatted. We got our 1 terabyte black to run the operating system, the 64 megabyte SATA 3. We have 2 1 terabyte 32 megabyte SATA 2s, and then we have the most recent one here, which is the Seagate Barracuda 2 terabyte. And I've heard some bad things about the Seagate drives. I've never had bad luck per se myself. I used to have a lot of the 7200.1 250 drives, and I never had one die. I think I actually still have one, but I've always trusted Western Digital. And my plan is to get an SSD, which I currently have one, and we'll go over that in future videos. Use the SSD for Windows 10 when it's released, and then I will be getting rid of all these drives and upgrading to several Western Digital red drives. They seem to be the most dependable, so probably going to get a couple 2 terabyte drives on that. That'll get me good for several years. And I'm running the stock Fractal Define R4 fans here in the front. Like I said, no fans on the top, just have the factory sound deadening pads screwed in there. And my trusty Silverstone 120mm fan. Had this for many years. I got it from somebody on overclock.net. Still running strong, pushes good air, it's not too loud. Motherboard is the Gigabyte 990 FX-UD5. FXA-UD5, I believe. And we got the G-Skill Ripjaw 1333 CL9, 8 gigabytes there, and I actually have a replacement for that, so like I said, that'll be in a future video. And I am going to swap the cooler out. This is the Thermalright Archon. I also have the HRO2, and I'm going to swap that out, and I got some other fans I'm going to put in here to replace these. So I got a few little things I'm going to be doing, but like I said, no major overhaul until Skylake comes out. And this computer does just fine for what I do. Obviously, there's stuff that's out there that's faster, but like I said, I don't really get into too much overclocking or benchmarking or, really hardcore stuff to where I need that, extra couple frames per second or, something like that. So really what I got right now is plenty for me. I'm more worried about integrity of data, stability, stuff like that. Oh, also, I guess you probably saw the glow there. This is my Sunbeam Riobus 4-channel fan controller, and since I can't run it in the front, currently have it sitting here, and with my new fan setup, I'm not sure if I'm going to still use this or not, or if I'm going to use the actual integrated fan controller that comes with this case. Currently I'm not using it, and I can't remember off the top of my head how many fans it actually controls, but with the new setup, I'm going to have 2 140s in the front, 140 in the back, and that'll probably be it. That's pretty much all I need, because they'll be higher flowing, higher static pressure fans, at least the ones in the front, and then the one that'll be on the CPU cooler will be a little higher static pressure. Now this fan isn't bad, but the HRO2, it's more of a square type cooler. It's not quite as tall, so I think I got another fan that's 120 millimeters. It's the Cooler Master Blade Master, and it's got a pretty high static pressure rating, and it's a PWM fan. That's the reason I'm going to run it on here. So I'm going to try that out, and we'll see what happens with that. That way, it goes down to 600 RPM, and my goal is to get my voltage and everything down low enough to where I can basically run that almost, as quiet as possible. And, so it's quiet and still flows decent amount of air, because like I said, it's got high static pressure. But that is the tour of the computer, guys. Like I said, it's nothing fancy, pretty much what I've been running. I just basically upgraded the case. And, yeah, so like I said, this is what I'm calling my home workstation. So pretty much do everything on here. Like I said, play little games, internet, videos. Like I said, it's a storage server, I guess, in a way, or storage for me and my girlfriend's files, pictures, videos, everything. Also, I test some parts if I need to on this computer. I also have 2 other ones that I can test some older parts on. And what else do I do on this computer? Watch videos and do all kinds of stuff. So basically, like I said, that's why I'm calling it my workstation, because this is my little station that I do some work at, work and play. And it looks like my yeah, there we go. Looks like my Steam's going. Sweet. So yeah, I did just pick up this the Legendary Edition. I have another copy of this, but it's just the regular one. It's only 20 bucks, and so I figured, why not? It's got all the expansions and everything with it. So I was at Old Wally World the other day and decided to pick that up. So there we go. Like I said, guys, nothing too fancy, but that is a computer update for June of 2015. There'll be another video, and I'll show you guys all the parts that I'm going to be putting in here as far as upgrades for now. And I'll make another video on, the before and after, what the computer looks like. Before I put everything in, obviously what it looks like now. So if you missed this video and, you see the other one, then you'll get everything covered. If not, it is what it is. But yeah, guys, hopefully I'll have some more videos coming up. It's been a long time since I've uploaded anything. And thank everybody for subscribing, watching my videos. You guys all have a great day, and I'll talk to you real soon.